AM 970 KCFO is the place to be every afternoon for the Dave Ramsey Show and the Dr. Laura program. Dave Ramsey from 1 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday.
They caused their own problem by lending people money that shouldn't have been lent money.
And then it's Dr. Laura, 4 to 6.
You're calling to get me to change her arguing, and I can't get you to change you.
Dave Ramsey and Dr. Laura, afternoons on AM 970 KCFO and online at kcfo.com.
We can't promise it'll make your days less hectic, help the kids get along, or make you look thinner. But Stainmaster Carpet does last up to 50% longer and stay up to 30% cleaner than other carpets, adding more comfort and style than ever to your home.
Come in for the great fall fix-up for special savings on Stainmaster Carpet. Like this fabulous Frisane for only $269 per square foot installed. There's never been a smarter time to fix up your home than right now at Mill Creek Carpet and Tile.
Golden Buffet, conveniently located across from Rama, featuring Mongolian barbecue, Japanese sushi, Chinese and American cuisine. Order from our expansive menu and buffet, open from 11 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. daily. On Fridays and Saturdays, we're open until 10 p.m. with special selections on our buffet both days. Don't forget about our 20% church discount all day Sunday. Takeout and senior discounts available daily. Golden Buffet, one of Tulsa and Broken Arrow's best secrets.
Let's face it, most of the items on our to-do list aren't usually much fun. I bet this guy would agree. But we've got one sticky note for you with some good news. And here it is. Pick up this month's issue of Community Spirit. It's available in churches, restaurants, and other businesses all over Tulsa, Bixby, Broken Arrow, Jinx, Claremore, and Owasso. It's fun. It's uplifting. It's even free. Community Spirit Magazine, the magazine for the Christian community. You're going to love it.
2009. You decide. The Mayor's Race with John Erling.
So we're back with Democrat Tom Adelson in the mayor's race, and let's go back to the topic of the experience of Dewey Bartlett and his business experience. Are you taking issue with the kind of business experience he has?
If he wishes to bring that in the campaign, we'll discuss it. But we're talking about a different approach to government for today, which is my belief that it's really about nonprofit public service. There are, Tulsa annually ranks as one of the most business-friendly cities in the country by a number of magazines. Our regulatory environment, our tax environment, our low cost of capital. But that does not translate into a city that is necessarily thriving in its economy as much as we'd like to. And that's because we rank low on several other factors: livability, education, health. And these are public goods. These are goods that the private sector simply will not be able to create on their own because there's not a rate of return that any one person can adequately achieve for himself. The benefits are spread out so disparately that no one will make an investment on his or her own to try to privatize that public service. That's why we have public goods. That's why I believe government is really about nonprofit public service. You have to have good, strong public infrastructure to have a city that is thriving, to have the type of community that people want to live in, to have the type of community that employers want to locate their jobs in.
So do you see serving the city different? Dewey Bartlett's going to come at you with saying, I'm a businessman and I see it running as a CEO. You don't see it being run as a business?
Certainly, the job of the mayor includes chief executive officer, but it's also a leadership position that is going to recognize that a lot of these core services, there will never be a rate of return that the private sector could gain without serious cutback to basic services. So would we privatize national security? Would you want the United States to find another country to provide national security to us, even though it costs a lot, even though there's a lot of data that might be wasteful? Nobody in their right mind would do that. Would you privatize the police department? I don't think so.
All right. And your background is not of a business background. Is that true?
That's not true. I ran business operations for our family-owned business for 4 years out of Roswell, New Mexico. We had about 12 employees. It's a little bit larger than Keener Oil. We had a larger capital budget. I was responsible for that. I had 12 people working for me. We met a division allocation. We achieved certain parameters that was expected from the investors, which is primarily our family. But I have 4 years of business experience, and I have quite a bit of experience in the nonprofit public sector as well. So both backgrounds will be very helpful when I become the next mayor.
Because you've been a senator now for how long?
5 years.
For 5 years.
That's correct.
And you've been representing Dewey Bartlett in his district, as a matter of fact. Isn't that true?
Yes.
What has been the most important initiative that you've undertaken during your time as 5 years as senator?
Well, I'm proud of a lot of things that a lot of us have gotten together, have accomplished by working together. So we have passed legislation that will provide health care for all kids, hopefully in the next 2 or 3 years. We expanded Insure Oklahoma to have maybe 5,000 businesses that are able to afford health insurance on the private market. We passed the first bill to require public buildings to become more efficient in their construction and design. We made college savings a little bit easier. There are a number of bills that I'm particularly proud of, and I'm glad of I'm proud of the role I played in getting that legislation passed.
And I'll help Dewey too if this sounds like I'm helping you, but you also served as the Secretary of Health for Governor Henry. Is that true?
Yes, that's true.
Right.
Yes.
And so there were some health issues you accomplished. Is that true?
Absolutely. We're now thought to be one of the most efficient emergency responders. Let me back up. If there is an emergency in Tulsa, our fire department, our EMSA are going to get there much more quickly than they will just about anywhere else in the country. And that's because of the work that John Sacre did and a little work that I worked on when I was Secretary of Health to help our emergency responders reorganize and find appropriate revenues to bolster our emergency response. So from Secretary of Health, where I worked on Insure Oklahoma, and I chaired the task force on diversion of emergency care, I have some experience there as well.
Tom, the big question is, I don't know if we have time to get into this, are you for once a week or twice a week trash pickup?
I'm looking forward to the mayor's task force, which he's just convened on what we should be doing with our trash. So I have twice a week pickup. It's really nice. But again, I'm waiting to hear from those recommendations, and hopefully we'll find a way to get rid of our clippings a little bit better, because they should be thought of as an asset and not something to dispose of. And we do recycle, so I'm looking forward to maybe something a little bit easier to recycle.
Well, we'll have you back again, because there's a time now. November 10th is the time we vote on these candidates. Tom Adelson, we thank you for being with us here today.
Thank you for having me. It's great.
Absolutely. I'll be back in a moment with our close. Thank you for joining us.
It's time for the year-end clearance sale at Primo Kia. Every vehicle in stock has been priced for immediate sale. They all come with Kia Motors' 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty and Primo Kia's checkbook of savings. This 09 Optima, loaded, just $15,997. Register now for the Primo Kia Club. Win prizes every month and a grand prize of a 2010 new Kia. Kia, the power to surprise. Primo Kia surprises every day. 4747 South Yale.
Dynamic Audio, Tulsa's newest destination for your home audio and video needs, specializing in custom integration and control of lighting, heat and air, and security for your home. From system design to installation, Dynamic Audio will walk you through each step of any size project. At Dynamic Audio, we provide what people desire most, customer service and a buying experience like no other. We invite you to come by and see for yourself what our existing clients are already talking about. Located at 101st and Yale in the shops of Seville.
From Oklahoma's pioneers to those blazing the trail today towards our state's great future, Oklahoma women have some truly amazing stories to tell. I'm Amanda Armstrong. Join me each week on the Oklahoma Channel as we sit down with two Oklahoma women who share their story. You'll be inspired, uplifted, and encouraged to find the story within you along the way.
Since 1996, Chef Michael Fusco has entertained guests with a delectable menu selection and a wonderful dining experience. Michael Fusco's Riverside Grill is his latest creation, welcoming guests for a truly flavorful menu selection where everything is cooked to order by the finest chefs. Winner of the Wine Spectator Award, Michael Fusco's Riverside Grill offers pages of complimentary and unique wine selections. Michael Fusco's Riverside Grill, 9912 Riverside Parkway, 394 Chef.
2009. You decide. The Mayor's Race with John Erling.
And so we have just listened to Democrat Tom Adelson. We'll be asking the other candidates many of these same questions so you can compare their answers. As a matter of fact, we'll do a show featuring their answers back to back to kind of consolidate it for you. The election, of course, is November 10th, but when you hear that these candidates are appearing in public, you really ought to attend those events, because we're going to hire one of them, and we ought to hire the very, very best. So join me again next week for another edition of the Mayor's Race with John Erling. Thank you.